Hi, this is Michael from Musicals Made Easy, and today I wanted to talk to you about how art integration, or specifically theater integration, really helped to shape and build my theater programs at two different schools that I worked at. I was very fortunate to be hired at two different programs that were functioning but needed a boost in student involvement in organization and audience participation. And yes, I spent a lot of time on revamping the curriculum to get more students in the classroom, and I spent a lot of time on budgets and things like that. But I also spent equal amount of time choosing material in the first 3 years that could be integrated into other class curriculums. When your theater program exists just in its own little corner of a school, it's hard to get other faculty, administration, and students to realize that theater can be more than just entertainment, that it's also a vehicle to talk about things that happened in our history, in our present, in our future. It can make us ask questions about our own mortality and things like that. So not every show, but I would make sure that at least one show per season had material that could be integrated into other class curriculums. So that was step one. I remember my first year at school in Milwaukee. I did a show about the Holocaust and got art classes, social studies classes, history classes, a media class involved in projects based around the show. Instead of just, I believe I had 16 or 17 students in the show, it became a project where I think about 200 students were involved in. Needless to say, the following year, my class size is like tripled. Anyway, the biggest problem that I've found is teachers are tired and overworked and asked to do a lot from their administration. And anything that appears like more work can be often met with not enthusiasm. So how do we combat that? It's organization and communication. You need to make sure that they understand that it's going to be easy to collaborate with you and that they don't have to redo their curriculum. It's using things that they already have in place and how can we slightly alter them. So I would reach out to these teachers and I would already come to the table with ideas. No one wants to have a dinner party guest that shows up with nothing but a smile, right? Like, come to the table with ideas. So I met with the art teacher and I had already come up with the idea that it would be great to have the lobby that leads into the studio theater as this mini Holocaust museum. And we started to formulate both 3D art and charcoal sketches. And she took that. And the English class, the English teacher I met with, they wrote poetry and the winning poem got put in the program. So anyway, I came with ideas. We brainstormed together. I came with dates, a calendar. We need it by here. This is all I need from you. They don't want it to be more work, and you need to show them that you're organized, you have a plan, and that they can just focus on the educational benefit for the students. So yes, the benefit for the theater program with doing these type of art integration programs was huge, both from parents, administration, and students. Educationally, it was huge. It was great for my numbers. More students wanted to be involved the following year, and it really gave my program a boost. But ultimately, it was the educational value for students across the school was really the most important part. Students that would never step foot in the theater got to see and appreciate the art form, that it's not just always a way to make people laugh, which is important, but that it's also a way to make us shine a light on our history. I remember one of the social studies classes did projects about where genocide was still happening in today's world. It was very powerful. So within one show and about 200 students from the school, we've got to make that connection. It's not every day that a project gets displayed for an audience to see. And I found that those students, many came up to me at graduation a couple of years later and said that was one of the highlights of the project that they remember from their entire high school. It had a special meaning for them. Think about when you're choosing your show material. Can one of the shows, at least in your season, be easily integrated into the school? And what impact that can have on the students in your program and the students out of it. So that's it for me. This is Michael from musicalsmadeeasy.com.